Is that where I'm going wrong? I don't drink tea and I can't see the stars where I live, so I'm boned. I've got no chance. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Comedian, and that's why my parents and I don't get on. Welcome to my channel. Please make yourself at home, take your shoes off, and click the subscribe button now. You are most welcome. Today, I'm going to do a song called Magic Shop by a little old band called BTS. Heard of them? You might have. This is something I had requested a lot after I did the song Paradise, which was a song that was a lot. It was a lot to take in. It was what I needed to hear, and also what I didn't want to hear, all wrapped into one package. It was a very BTS experience. But yeah, on that song, people said I should do Magic Shop, so thank you to some of those people. Thank you to Rosa A, thank you to Mhnz, or MHNZ, and thank you to Marisoff and Sengten Lin and everyone else who requested this. This is going to be something. I don't know what it's going to be. My brain has been a little bit sensitive, a little bit touchy this week, a little bit non-functioning, so maybe it'll be something upbeat and uplifting that will give me hope. Maybe it'll kind of hit me right in the feels and I'll lose it on camera. Either way, it'll make quality entertainment, and that's all that matters. If you like quality entertainment, like I said, make sure you have subscribed and your shoes are off, and make sure you go and check out my Patreon if you want to. I've got Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions on there, and also make sure you keep watching, because that's where the good stuff happens. Oh, I am hesitating already. Interesting. Even if you say the truth, it'll come back to haunt you, kind of thing. Or it'll scar you. Or you better say, I'm here for a reason. I like that. So I'm not going to say anything disingenuous you might find on the postcard, like find strength, live, laugh, poop, or whatever classic sayings are. Just let me tell you my story and you make up your own mind. I like that. That's like being like, I'm not going to tell you don't be anxious. I'm going to tell you my experience of anxiety and maybe that will help you. Or, you know, just don't be anxious. Jesus, stop being anxious. So is this BTS talking about themselves or about ARMY? Are they talking about winning as in how they won the charts, they won life basically? Or is it them talking about their fans? Or is it them literally being, I mean, this song is called Magic Shop. Maybe they won a box of cards or something, I don't know. Wow. This is so relevant because somebody was just saying, oh, you know, or you can, because I think because of the J-Hope song Airplane, how you can see the stars in certain parts of Korea, and that's where they filmed. And where I was saying where I live in LA, you can't see the stars. Even if you go a few hours out of town, you still can't see the stars because the pollution's so bad. But, which kind of poos all over this lovely, this is so nice though. How are the stars in your Milky Way embroidering your sky? What a delicate and pretty way of saying that. And the answer is here, they aren't. Or they were embroidered on a sort of black background in black. Or sort of slightly off grey. Yes. Whew. Okay. So we have some very, very upbeat positivity, but not the kind of very upbeat where it's like, you know, face the world with a smile. That kind of, you know, empty, what's the word I was looking for? It was there in the back of my brain, but for some reason the back of my brain and the front of my brain are run by different people and they don't get on. Empty something, or empty words, empty gestures, whatever it is. On days where I want to disappear forever, let's make a door inside your heart. It's my aortic chambers. Ooh, okay. This is EDM. It's a pretty decent kind of like future bass, like uplifting future bass drop. I like it. It fits the tone of the song quite well. Is that where I'm going wrong? I don't drink tea and I can't see the stars where I live, so I'm boned. I've got no chance. This is so ridiculously wholesome. It's like the musical version of a hot chocolate, if hot chocolate didn't just make me sick Well, that's my fault. It's that problem of always chasing extra flavor, extra feelings, the last drop of happiness I can squeeze out of something. So when I used to make hot chocolate, I would basically put, outright like 10 teaspoons of Cadbury's hot chocolate powder, and whatever it is, and then like two lumps of Nutella as well for good. And I would be like, whoa, what happened? I got sick afterwards. What's this all about? So yeah, kind of ruined hot chocolate for myself. But cherry blossoms haven't been ruined for me yet. Now I'm just going to say, obviously I like dial 6137. Yeah, ADHD, I always get it the second time. Their lyrics are usually like very, very good and stuff. But I do miss not being able to see who's singing what. And I know a lot of the lyric videos are wrong about that anyway. But they're right more often than they aren't, maybe. Or there must be a channel out there that has good translations and shows you who's singing. Like one where I don't have to do any of the work, like looking up lyric sheets. Of like, forget that work. Oh no, I feel seen in a bad way. I've been doing that a lot recently. I guess all my life. All my life is basically recently. The ADHD thing and the lack of memory means that recently is all of my life. All that I remember, all that I can prove happened was about up to 2 weeks ago, max at best. But recently and probably before that, I have been doing that a bit. I feel like talking about this is lame, and it's also not very professional. It's not like good. Like if you paid a builder, a contractor, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm not an adult. I don't pay builders, but let's just go with that. Let's say you paid a builder to come over and they want to work on your sink, and you love what they were doing on your sink, but then they spent all the time telling you while they were building the sink, like how tough their business has been and how business has been slow and no one's been buying their stuff, and they feel disheartened. You'd be like, I'm sorry but just gotta, you wouldn't want to be rude, but presumably you got your own stuff to do during that day, and you weren't there to hear about their problems. You were there for them to do your sink and stuff, and you'd be like, I'm not a therapist. Clearly, I'm wearing shorts. You ever seen a therapist wearing shorts? The answer is no. If you go into a therapy room and the therapist is wearing shorts, turn around and leave immediately. Point being, like, I feel like I'm in that kind of situation, like this. But this song is talking about it, so I'll talk about my experience. But yeah, I've just been getting in a funk recently where I feel like my subscriber count keeps getting stuck. And even though I upload videos and they get decent views, I just don't get really any subscribers. The only time I tend to get subscribers is if I upload a random video, and it could be once a week, or too often it's like once every 3 or 4 months that does, much better than the others, and then I get subscribers. But it just feels, I don't know. And YouTube is like that. YouTube is a completely fickle beast. The algorithm changes all the time, and there's a load of excuses I could say. And then the other one, which might just be me, I might just have to accept that, I'm getting as good as I give, but like, it can be tough if you're doing what I'm doing, or anything. I'm sure any of you guys can relate to this. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. It doesn't matter if we're talking about a YouTube channel, about a business, about a part-time job, about your friends' Call of Duty rankings compared to yours, your kill-death ratio. It's a human nature sometimes to compare ourselves, especially in a society which is constantly teaching us from birth to compare ourselves and find ourselves wanting. But it can be quite disheartening when I see people. I'll stumble on other reaction channels while I'm uploading my own videos or trying to, searching BTS, and I'll look at them and be like, I'll be like, oh, cool, look at these guys. They got loads of subscribers. And I'll look at their channel and I'll be like, oh, they started like 6 months after me, or they started this year. And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? And the answer is probably lots of stuff. But the reality is, sometimes comparing yourself can be useful in the sense that it can be a tool, like you can maybe try and learn. But most of the time when you compare yourself to somebody, you're not really learning anything. You just get yourself down. And like this lyric here says, your greed, was a weapon that suffocates you and also becomes a leash. And so it's like comparing yourself to others. Yeah, it's become sort of negativity where I'm looking at these other channels and thinking, what am I doing wrong? Or like, it's not fair. Like, I put up all these videos and I edit them. Am I editing too much? Not enough. Do I talk too much? Not enough. Is my face visible too often? Should I put a bag over my head? You just start asking yourselves all these questions and second guessing everything you do. And I think the biggest secret to YouTube is, well, I was going to say be yourself, but I think lots of people have been successful on YouTube by not doing that. But being a version of yourself and being energetic and really kind of believing in yourself, even if your version of believing in yourself is kind of self-deprecating or cynical humor or something like. But when you're second guessing everything you say and do, that is when it is like suffocating. It's like you planted the seed and you're just sitting on it with your big fat bum just sitting on that seed. It's not going to grow. So yeah, I think it would be good for me to take a leaf out of what these guys are saying and just stop worrying about other channels, you know? And for you watching at home, stop worrying about your friends' Warzone stats, you know? Like, they probably hack anyway. Why am I saying video? I don't even know if half my listeners care about video games. I don't care about video games. Well, I don't care about Warzone. I played it twice and I thought it was crap, so... I can relate to that too. It's not that I want to just have millions of subscribers to be cool. It's just that, well, that's actually so true. Like, I really want to do videos more specifically about mental health, but I know, just for myself and from experience, if I spend all this time making a video about mental health and upload it right now with my smaller audience, it'll get like 600 views, and that'll be great, and that'll still be good and stuff. But that'll drag me down because it'll feel, you know, I'll feel like, oh, why did I spend all this time making this video when my channel still needs to get to whatever state I feel like it needs to get to? It's a whole thing. In fact, maybe BTS made the song about my channel. They could have name dropped me in it though, you know. Yeah, I would love, like, when my channel's bigger, hopefully, I definitely want to do much more like just mental health stuff without, like, I absolutely love BTS, like, I can bounce off their stuff and talk about mental health and all that kind of stuff, and I love the dialogue that opens up in my comments and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, that's definitely something I absolutely want to do is when my channel's bigger, is just do completely like mental health videos, not even reactions, shock horror. I've done that kind of stuff before, but it can be a lot of work. And when you're kind of aiming for a goal, which I guess right now would be stability, it can feel like a distraction almost, sadly. That was today, honestly. It took me 4 hours to start filming. I had to quite literally force myself to film. It's my reaction studio. Just gonna do the next best thing. A glass of water. And stare at the ceiling. And if any of my friends ask me what I'm doing, I'm gonna be like, BTS told me to do it. Alright? It's honestly tragic, really, that there isn't a music video for this, because I feel like this song deserves a music video. Like, I can just think of all sorts of cool imagery to go with this, or even just a basic video representing the basic themes of this song, which is BTS being a shoulder to cry on, offering you comfort, saying you can believe in a happy place and try and find it when you aren't feeling good. Like, that deserves a video, as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to believe that. Make me feel better. It's funny how the old medieval, or maybe even before that, incorrect science thing of thinking that the brain or the human soul, the thinking bits, was done in the heart, hasn't really gone away in like poetry and imagery. And why should it? It's nice, you know, there's a place in your heart. I'm too cynical. I'm just thinking aorta-centric valve. And even then, I'm struggling. I don't even know if those words are accurate. It's been a while since I did science. And it's been even longer than that since I cared about science. Take that, science. But yeah, there's a place in your heart. All I can think of is how uncomfortable that sounds. Oh my goodness, it's got some Skrillexy type vocals. Like a little hamster being tickled under the armpit. It seems a bit one-sided. You gave me the best of you, and I thought the next bit would be, so I'll give you the best of me, but then it was no, so you'll give you the best of you too. And it's nice. Like the actual, I'm being a cynical knobhead here, the actual message of that is beautiful. It's that, you know, if you can be supportive for somebody else, if you can tell somebody else, you know, to love themselves, all that kind of stuff, you can do it for yourself too. Fully support that. Just as far as that lyric, it always sounds a bit one-sided. Like, can't you give a little, send a little bit back my way, mate? I could use it. Yeah, it's true. The happiness is in ourselves. We can find it. And that thing people say about you have to love yourself before you love other people is true. You know, like before you get in a relationship, make sure you're happy by yourself. That's probably the only thing your career's guidance counselor should be telling you. Forget everything else. Okay, I like that. That was wholesome. It's interesting. It's almost like I don't have to describe it. Like difficult to listen to right now because it's so strange. Because I feel like I'm in a particular place, like not a great place, and it's just temporary. You know, all these things are just temporary. But I'm in a place where, and I said to my therapist, it's very frustrating, and it's hard not to get frustrated. It's silly because it's not. You know, life doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But my frustration right now is that recently I feel like I've been putting in the most work I've ever had towards my mental health. I've been going outside. I've been working out. I've been eating well. I've been working on it. And I've had a string of days that have just been some of the worst I've had in a while. And it just feels unfair. Like, wah, I want to throw a tantrum. Like, wah, it's not fair. I worked really hard and now I still feel bad. It's just one of those things. But for me, feeling bad, it's like... It's interesting because I know for some people, like, depression is like really intense emotions. Maybe it's like crying consistently, eating a crazy amount or something, sleeping forever. For me, it's more just like my energy level is just terrible, like really bad. And it just feels like I have a headache of sadness. Like there's just a sad pain in my brain. And it's like I want to be like, I'll take an Advil. And you remember, I can't take an Advil because that's not good. It's not rated for sadness. If you look at it, it's for pain. It's for pressure relief. It doesn't say sorrow reducer. Take 2 Advil. Be less. That would be nice. That would be lovely. But when I'm in this state of headache sadness, my emotions are just kind of. It's just that. It's nothing else. And it's interesting because I feel like it's not that I didn't connect to this song, but I feel like if I heard this song like a few weeks ago, it might have made me tear up slightly or feel all these feelings. Whereas now it's more just like a reminder of that I'm not in that state. I still connected with the song very much and I appreciate the message behind it. It's just interesting how in this extra sad state, it has less of an effect of me in a way. I don't know. It's very hard to describe. Mental health, guys. I guess that's why they're still writing books on it and still discussing it. It's not been put to bed just yet, unfortunately. And I also wanted to react to someone said they did have a song about bullying. Because I was asking about that. I think it's a song from one of their earlier albums. I think it was like School of Tears or something. And I do want to react to that, but I just feel like I can't right now. I just feel like it's too much. So probably next week. But thank you guys for all your suggestions and stuff. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being here and watching this if you're still watching. Even when my energy levels are kind of low and I feel like my reactions just aren't as good maybe, or I'm just second guessing everything I say, or I don't know. Fundamentally, I want to try and be honest and share all my experiences because I think that's probably the biggest part about spreading a good mental health message and being open and breaking down the taboo and stuff. But I also feel like I'm less fun right now. So yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, thank you very much for sharing that with me. Lots of love to you guys. Please do subscribe if you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy these videos. And like I said, please check out my Patreon. That really helps support me and keep this whole thing going. Maybe just a few more months of begging people to check out my Patreon and I can finally take a bit of a deep breath. But for now, more begging, please. My patrons are right there. I'm a cool guy. Let's hang. Let's make toast. Anyway, I'll see you for the next video. Till then, be safe. And remember, if you like my reaction to Magic Shop, then click the subscribe button because the fun never stops. Apart from on the weekend, and sometimes when my mental health gets too bad. But mostly it never stops.